Hi there, Brad. Can you hear me?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, all good, brother.
Yes, yes. This is Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV here with the one and only Bradley Skeete. So,
Yes.
we're going to get into this. So, a series of questions, seeing how you've been, your career so
Yep.
far, and what's in store for the future of you, really. So, we're going to start sort of at the beginning
Cool.
for, for those who need a
Yeah.
refresher on you and that. So, um, you was a very well schooled amateur, um, boxed across the world, boxed for England, um, won national titles and stuff. Can you give some
Yeah.
of the people some of your amateur credentials, which you did when you was
Yeah.
young?
Like I say, obviously started when I was 7, 8 years old at Elswold Amateur Boxing Club in Wandsworth. Um, Obviously, the likes of Joe Joyce, Louis Adolphi, Kurt Garvey, and the list goes on. All ABA champions and Sid's like done great things for the club and still doing it now. Yeah, started off obviously from schoolboy level, got to three schoolboy finals, uh, junior ABA final, won the NABCs and a senior ABA final, boxing for England, winning Four Nations gold, away with GB, like multi-nation tournaments, winning gold, and then yeah, my main goal was to obviously go on and win the ABAs, but losing in the final, and then had another crack at it, and then I boxed Dudley O'Shaughnesy in the Londons, and then he beat me, and then went on to win it. So that was my time. Then I was ready to go pro, and yeah, turned pro, and then yeah, never
Okay,
looked back.
yeah, because I remember, was it the Class A you won for NABCs,
Oh mate,
or was it
no, I,
or
I
B?
I got to the class. Yeah, I got to the class A final. I think it was my second year. I think so. It must have been B. I think yeah. Going back,
Okay, because I remember
making me
when
feel a lot,
I'm
making me feel old.
yeah, no, because I remember me and you both boxed in Bristol, because I would have been,
That's it. Yeah,
yeah, in that basketball hall in
that's the one.
yeah, in Broad Plains.
Ball planes. That's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah. So I
remember.
remember you, and you was quite a good body puncher back then.
Yeah,
You used to got
bro.
quite
For
a,
big, I was still. Yeah, I was still. Do you know what? Watching back some of my amateur fights, Eric Guy's been sending me a few clips and bits and pieces of my amateur career, and I was aggressive. I couldn't really believe it. Like from now I was boxing as a pro to back then, I was quite aggressive.
yeah, you
Like coming
was,
forward, letting the hands go, and yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It
because
was it was it
because I
was
remember even a
interesting to
vivid,
watch.
yeah, because I remember even a memory. I was a no bout. I was sort of gearing up for my first amateur bout, and
Yeah,
I was at the Lynn, and John John Atkinson, he brought me down to Earlsfield, and with a few other guys from the Lynn, and we sparred, and I sparred Aaron Khan, and I sparred you. You was a few years younger than me though, but I remember you was good at like peppering me, because I was about 70 kilos. You'd have been very very light them
yeah.
times, but you was tall, and you had a good boxing brain from then. I remember you was young, man.
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
the
So when
good,
you
the good times.
exactly, so fast forward to you turning pro.
Yeah,
Um, you had your first bout, and then in your second bout, you boxed the seasoned journeyman Johnny Greaves. He was
Johnny
one of
Greaves. Yeah,
yeah, he was one of the few people who managed to stop him, because he had well over 100 bouts, only been stopped
yeah,
a handful of times, and he was able to stop him. So that was a good scalp in your only second bout. That's normally guys normally have a few more before they go in with him, or if they do go in
yeah.
earliest, they're gonna go points. They wouldn't really stop him and stuff like that. So that was a
No,
very good scout right there.
yeah,
Then I remember your seventh fight. You boxed a guy who I did a training camp with in Tenerife, because I was Wayne Alexander's chief sparring partner, a guy called Ross Payne. Do you remember
Okay,
him?
yeah, Ross. Yeah, Ross. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I thought he was
yeah.
going to give you a good fight, and you blasted him out in a round. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, no, that was good. And then you had a few others, and then in York Hall, it'd been what 2012 when you had a tough fight against Peter Madonna.
Pete, Pete McDonough. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like welcome to the pros. That was the eye opener. Do you know what I mean? He'd been around. He'd boxed like title level. He'd been around. He'd been with some good names, and yeah, that was a really welcome to the pros. I remember it was roasting hot in York Hall, and yeah, man, he was a seasoned pro, and yeah, it was a tough, hard fight.
yeah, and you didn't, and it wasn't even for anything. Normally, you'd get at least a Southern area on English these days for
Yeah.
for a fight like that to get put in
Do
with
you know
an.
what? That was for a Masters. You remember when the Masters titles were around?
Oh, British
That was
Masters, is
for a
that what it was for?
master. Yeah, that was for a Masters belt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Okay.
was like my world. That was like my world title. That was my first. That
Yeah.
that was my first like professional belt. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
Masters belt.
Okay. So then, yeah, so then you went on. You what did you do after that? Then who did you box out? Did you box Chaz?
Was it Chad Simmons? Yeah, I think I boxed Chad Simmons after that.
Yeah, and you
Oh
managed.
no, it was a rematch. Did I box him in a rematch? No, because I had this. Yeah, I think I boxed Chaz and then I boxed
For
Pete
the
in a
English.
rematch.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
boxed.
I boxed for the southern area. I boxed for the southern area, Chaz, and then I boxed. I boxed Pete again in a rematch
Yeah, and
for
you
the
saw,
southern area.
and
Yeah,
that was like
and
a
then
shutout. That one.
I changed it up then because I knew what to expect. Then like I said, the first one was like welcome to the pros, like. But then, do you know what? The experience I learned from that fight to doing the 10 round distance and having that experience of obviously boxing before, I knew, and it was a complete different fight. It was a totally different fight. I boxed well that night, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
no, I
just
remember.
changed it
Yeah,
up.
because I was at the first one like live in the audience because I
Yeah,
probably was watching a friend or something like that. But there, the
yeah,
second one, you cleaned him out that one. So
yeah,
that was a good performance. I remember that. So then
yeah.
after that, then you had a few others, and then you boxed the experienced man in
When
Colin Lyons. Do you remember that fight?
Conor Lyons, yeah, that was a wicked fight. Yeah, I remember that fight well. Another that was another step up from the level. Obviously, I was boxing at. Again, season pro, had been British champion, European champion,
Yeah.
had a version of a world title, IBO title. I remember watching his fight in York Hall against Lee Purdy, and
Yes.
I thought, rah, that was a proper fight. And
Yeah.
obviously now being in with that same guy, do you know what I mean? And I thought, yeah, this is mad. But again, that was a tough fight. I remember being young, naive, coming into the fight, and yeah, I had a good few rounds, and then he put me over. He caught me on top of my head, and I
Mm.
remember my head was cool, but my legs just weren't with it, and I took a knee, and
Yeah,
I
but that was
remember I
smart
take
though, because I remember that because I
yeah,
remember the commentator said that was a a seasoned move. Like you got stunned,
yeah,
and the first thing you thought,
yeah,
rather than try and cover up and try and hold, you thought, let me just gather
yeah,
my 8 seconds.
yeah. It was just experience really, because like I say, my head was fine, but I knew my legs wasn't there. And then, do you know, I tell you, do you know why? It's mad to think now, but I remember the ref was Howard Foster, yeah, and it was around the time he stopped Groves in the Frotch fight, and I I thought, yeah, I don't know, like a split second in my head, thinking if my legs look all over the place,
And you tuck up.
then I don't want to get stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought, no, I'm not getting stopped. You know what I mean? I'm not
yeah,
giving them the opportunity to wave this fight off. So I took a knee, and I remember taking a knee, and I thought, do you know what it's like? The third second on.
hello.
I remember getting up, and I caught him with a left hook at the end of the next round, I think, and he was stunned. I know he was stunned. He was buzzed. And then we had a good fight. We had a good fight. I won that on points. I remember that. That was another welcome to the pros, and that's when it all got real after that, really.
Yeah. So then we go on. You managed to win the WBA Intercontinental, and then you had the famous British title fight against the world amateur champion Frankie Gavin. So, and in many people's eyes and mine, and even my business partner for Fight Fan TV, we thought you won it. We thought you won it, and he said, because I even spoke to him about it the other day, and he said that he put money on Frankie Gavin to win. He remembers at the time, and then he thought at the end of the fight, he thought, "Damn, I've lost my money, man.
He's
Damn,
lost.
like And then when his arm got raised, he's thinking like it was bittersweet because he's thinking, "Oh man, I've won money," but he thought, "No, Bradley won that."
He knew I won.
Yeah.
Do you know what? To this day, I know I won that fight. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. He was the golden boy at the time. He was Frank's boy at the time, and it was on a big show with Billy Joe boxing. Obviously, Chris Eubank Jr. Fury was on the show with just boxing to Zora. It was like,
imagine that.
It was all Frank's boys at that time, and I was like, listen, I was the young up and coming pro. No one gave me a chance in hell to win, but I believe I won the fight. I believe I won that fight, and listen, that was probably another thing made me experience, and I probably did give him too much respect. Do you know what I mean? Going into the fight, I'm not, obviously I've been on squads with him. I knew what it was all about, but amateur and pro boxing is two different things, and to this day, I thought won the fight. It wasn't meant to be. Things happen for a reason, and it probably gave me the experience to, when I did have my second chance at the British title, to go and win it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in history, because so many people, everyone I know says that you won. Says in history, everyone will look back. Everyone who thinks about that fight thinks of Bradley won it, but they gave it to Gavin because he was the first world amateur champion. He was touted for big things. Frank Shaw, as you said, Billy Joe on there, Tyson Fury on there, who are both world champions now. So it was like Gavin was ahead of them in the squads and stuff. He was seen as meant to be better and to be more successful career-wise than Billy Joe. Because remember, Billy Joe come out in the first heat to the Cuban guy.
Yeah,
he'd already beaten, and Fury didn't make it to any sort of amateur tournament like of any real note. So Frankie Gavin was really meant to be leading that pack. So
of course, had
the cards kind of stacked against you, unfortunately. But then you managed to win the WBO European, and then you in 2016 you came up against Sam Egerton, and funny enough, I remember at the time you was like the underdog. It was like because
I was
Sam
was underdog.
Yeah, Sam was steamrolling through people.
He was knocking people like left, right, and centre. Yeah, everyone he was coming up against, he was banging them out. Do you know what I mean? And he was the man at that time at welterweight. He was the man. Do you know what I mean?
No, he was, because he was big as well. He was big. Like, he was tall and he was big. Like, even he's had a lot of hard fights now. And the other day, he pushed Ted Cheeseman to the wire. And people think people thought that Ted was that Sam was maybe towards the end of maybe had a few too many wars, but it shows he's still that level.
He's still got it.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, he's still got it. Sorry, going back, that was the bittersweet for me for the Gavin fight, because obviously after I beat Sam then went on to box Frankie Gavin and stopped him. And stopped him. And
there you go.
That was just and listen, I'm not saying that I had an easy time and knocked him out or anything, but with Sam, I feel I won comfortable. It was a tough fight, but I won comfortable. For him to go on and drop and stop Gavin, that was like a bittersweet for me. That was like, all right, cool.
He took your shine.
Yeah,
he took your shine. Because I remember the scorecards was close, but to me it was close, a lot wider than what.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a lot wider than what them cards gave you for that fight. But you got the British title, and then you managed to win it outright. You boxing
That was
good,
my
man.
dream. From like say, I remember boxing. Like we wasn't in the club or anything, but in the amateur days, listen, going through the amateurs, like to be a British champion as a pro, that was a big thing. Do you know? And obviously to win it outright, that was always my dream in boxing. That I've said it from day dot, to not just win the British title, but to win it outright. And I went on and done that, and that's with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So are you the last welterweight Lonsdale belt holder?
Yeah. No one's done it since. I'm still
Yeah.
the welterweight king. I'm the king of the welterweights.
Well, you're the Lonsdale champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I only made my.
Hello. Sorry, say that again.
I said that the only reason I relinquished it was my good friend Johnny Garton. Obviously, was in the same gym at iBox. Was in line for it. Do you know what I mean? And they was talking about the Corcoran fight, so I relinquished it so he can go on and obviously achieve his dream and become a British champion. And do you know what? I'm so happy he went on and done that.
So am I, because obviously I don't know if you know, but John used to box with me, innit?
Yeah, you was with John. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Lynn.
So in the
Yeah,
amateurs, he was at my club. So yeah, John, he was like a proper hard worker. Like he's a proper grafter. That's why I love that guy,
yeah.
because he
He's
wasn't the most talented. Yeah,
he's
he wasn't the
no,
most talented
and he
skill
knows that. Do
wise,
you know what I mean?
but he was a
Yeah,
grafter. Like, for instance, for me, I had like silky skills and stuff like that, so I'd be able to look good in
yeah,
sparring and bouts and that. But then because of that, he had the mental edge, the drive, determination. So while
yeah,
some of us like me, I don't know, Josh Ejak Povey and other guys would
yeah,
sort of play around outside, he'd be proper
yeah.
grafting. He'd do the extra press ups when there's burpees. He's doing extra burpees where we'd kind of cut
Mm,
corners. And this is why they say talent only gets you so far, but work rate.
yeah.
And so I'm so happy for him that he done that.
And that's exactly when he won. Listen, when he won the Southern Area title, we all thought, yes, like John's achieved something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you
Then
know
he went
what?
on to
A lot of
yeah,
people didn't. A lot of people thought Nathan Weaves was going to do him.
yeah. Listen, most of his fights, he's really was up against it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Most of his fights, even
yeah,
the Martin Welsh fight.
yeah,
He was up. He was always up against it, and he just proved everyone wrong each time. Then, like I say, he went on to win the Southern Area, and we was all buzzing for him, like, "Oh, wicked! He's achieved like that's a big thing." Then he went
yeah,
on to win the English, and then the British. Do you know what I mean? And that's just says it all. That his work ethic and his grit and determination in the gym and on fight night. That's what got him through.
yeah. I'm so happy for him. And so then, yeah, you won the Lonsdale belt, so you're still the Lonsdale champ.
Yeah.
You're the successor after Kell Brook, I believe, because he did it before you.
Brooke, yeah, then Gavin won it outright.
Oh, did he?
Brooke, then Gavin, then me, yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
yeah,
That's a good list there, right there. And
yeah.
then you went over to, and then after you had a few fights, and then you went over to Spain for that fight
Spain, yeah,
with what's his
for
name,
the European.
Kerman
Carmen
Lagara.
Lagaraga, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that on Box Nation. That venue, yeah, I've never seen a venue like that. There was guys hanging off the wall
It
like
was
rock. It looked like a rock concert.
it was mad, bro. It was mad. It was an experience, put it that way.
Yeah, because
It was an experience. It was
that was a very hostile, intimidating looking crowd because that looked crazy.
yeah,
And I was watching it on
yeah. It
TV and I
was
thought that's
very
crazy.
intimidating, very hostile.
No.
Yeah,
I was watching it on TV and I
but
thought this is intimidating. So being in there,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And that guy could fight. I'd never heard of him before that, but when I saw it, I thought, my God, this guy, he's Spanish, but he's like, he reminds me of a Latino type fighter, the way he fights,
yeah.
like a Mexican Latino.
He was a good yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
that was all right.
Someone just tried to call me. How do I stop that? Because they'll probably call back. Can I stop that or not? It's just I
No,
just cut them off.
no, you just cut them off, I think.
Oh, I just cut my ears, just lock off. Yes. No, like to this, only like my close people would know what it was all about, and it. Sorry, bro.
No, it's alright.
Sorry. And it wasn't. Listen, I was in there, I was fighting. It was if I'm looking back now, if I was in the same situation, I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been fighting. I would have dealt with what needed to be dealt with, and that would have been it. But listen, fair play. I got beat by the better man on the night, but that wasn't me in there. And going on, I come back, had a good win, had a good combat fight, had a good win, and then my last fight, it was just again looking back, I shouldn't even been boxing. I shouldn't even have took that fight. To be honest, a lot of things went on behind the scenes, and
Yeah, yeah, I understand. So then I've noticed. I don't know if it was. Hello. What's going on? Is someone trying to call you again?
just over a week and a half to go, and it was like a big southpaw. I didn't have the preparation for it, and listen, like I say, I got in the ring and I got beat by the better guy on the night, but I just wasn't fully switched on in that fight. I just wasn't focused. It wasn't me in there. That wasn't me, and it's only my own fault to blame. And but it won't be happening again. It's a lesson learned, and you just got to look towards the back end of my career. Out of my last 3 fights, I got beat 2 of them and got stopped twice. And if you look through my record, that ain't me. Do you know what I mean? That ain't what happens to me. So it's one of them, and it's a lesson learned. And I've been out of the ring. December 2018 was my last fight, so that's coming up to 2 years now. But it was never ever in my thoughts to retire. A lot of people, I know I've been quiet even on social media on anything. I've been a bit quiet, and I've loads of the messages I get regular about, oh, have you retired? I've never said I've retired. I've never been a thought of mine. I just cracked on, and yeah, I've had a nice break, a really good break. What I think I deserve. I've been boxing since I was 7,
Yeah.
and I started doing my PTing. I was doing PTing and doing really well with that. That picked up so quick, so fast. I've done really well with that, and I really enjoyed that. And yeah, just I always had in my head I was going back to boxing, but then obviously COVID come around, and then I just thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna crack on with this PTing and then see what happens. But yeah, that leads me to where I am now, and then obviously I was with the iBox, and I thought if I was going back to boxing, that I wanted a fresh start, and a new scene, and change it up a bit, and that's leads me to today where I'm at now. I'm obviously up in Sheffield with Dominic Ingle.
Yeah, so I was going to get onto that because I remember I saw, was it late last year or beginning of this year, you set up your super skeet gym. So I started following. So I saw you doing the PT thing, and I thought that maybe you was going to just turn into a boxing coach and stuff like that. And then I saw you was training Mr. Prince Nassim Hamid's boys and that.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, this is interesting. So how did that come about? Because he was obviously a hero of mine growing up.
And me the same. He was at the Gavin fight, and that's when I first started speaking to him. I remember on the way in, I had this number call me, and I was thinking, that's a mad looking number. And me, I don't answer numbers. I don't know if your number ain't saved in my phone and it's ringing, I don't answer it unless you leave me a message or text me or WhatsApp, whatever, say, oh yeah, this is me calling or whatever. You ain't getting a call back, or you ain't getting answered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I, for some reason, I thought that number's mad. I better answer it. Then it was. I didn't know it was nice, but I heard this one. Yo, champ. There's that. Yes. How you feeling? And yeah, your time tomorrow. You're gonna be the champ. And I was thinking, who is this? He said, yeah, you know who this is. I said, nah. He said, this Naz. I said, Naz. I was thinking, Naz, nah. It's like, nah.
Naz
Naz.
Malik.
I said, nah. Yeah. You know, old school. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, Naz, nah. And then, but the more he was speaking, the more I was thinking, that's Prince Nazim, man. I was just talking, like, he's ringing my phone, talking to me, telling me I'm going to be the champ and how he's going to come and watch me, like, do my thing. And I just couldn't believe it. And then he phoned me on the day of the fight, said, yeah, I'm coming down. And and I remember in the fight, I can't remember what round it was, but looked out the ring and I see Naz ringside going mad, like throwing punches, like, come on. And I'm thinking, no, this is crazy. Like, my idol is ringside shouting and cheering me on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously after the fight, obviously, yeah, he called me and just was like, yeah, that was a robbery. That's disgusting and da. But yeah, and then from then we kept in contact and just obviously not every day, but now and then just keep in contact. He was what he knew. Obviously, I started the gym, and he always said, "Oh, I'm gonna come down to the gym. I'm gonna see you doing your thing, and I wish you all the best and everything." And then I've been training a young kid, Lightning Junior, and
Okay.
he loves Naz, and we set up sort of for him to come down, and Naz brought his two boys down with him, and yeah, they done a bit of on the pads and really enjoyed it. And they was like, why don't you come to Sheffield? Like, we've been chained up in Sheffield, come down and yeah, they'd love you in the gym and let's come and down and have a look and bring Lightning down. And that's how it all come about. I went up to Sheffield and stayed there for a week and took Lightning and done a bit of ticking over. And then it was more for him, to be honest. It was more for Lightning to go in the gym. And then I just had a buzz about it. I just felt like he said he had a chat with me and just basically said like, what you gonna do? What's the plans and that? And then I told him I was PTing and I wanted to get back into boxing, but like didn't know, like, obviously with the corona situation and what's going on. And he said, listen, like, it's now or never really. Like, you're getting no younger. What are you gonna do? Be a PT and live with regret, or are you gonna train and crack on and pick up where you left off, sort of thing. And he was like, listen, you've done a good week, why stop now? And then I had a chat with Al and just explained, obviously I was getting back into boxing and obviously thanked him for everything he'd done for me, but I was ready to start a new chapter and have a fresh start. And I wanted to move up to Sheffield and then start again up there. And he was fine. He was fine with it.
Yeah.
And that's where I've been. That's where I've been for the past 3 weeks. Or 4 weeks now. And it's like it's just all new. It's all fresh again. I'm really enjoying my training.
What, are you up there right now still?
No, I come back weekends.
Okay. So how are you finding it up there? Are you training with under Dom?
Yeah, training with under Dom. Yeah, the gym's buzzing. The gym's got some world class fighters in the gym. Kid Galahad, Willie Hutchison,
Yeah.
Liam Williams, Robbie Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's some top boys in the gym and just learning every day. Like learning every day the footwork drills, the lines, and just the body sparring they do. They just body spar constantly and just learning all the time, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. So, what weight are you looking to come back at? Are you gonna stay well, or are you gonna go up to light middle?
I think I'm gonna move up to 154, up to light middle. I think that's realistic. Like I say, I'm 33 now,
Yeah.
and killing myself to get down to welterweight is I don't think it's realistic now.
Yeah.
But saying that, there's some good fights still at welterweight. I know Eddie contacted me in July about fighting Conor Benn. obviously at that time I wasn't in the gym, I wasn't training, I was doing anything, just doing my PT. But listen, if that fight is still there and can still happen, then I'd happily graft and do 147 for that fight. Like, that's a massive fight, and beating Conor Ben, I'd be right back up there. Do you know what I mean? He's a good name. He's doing really well at the minute, but he's obviously would be Eddie's obviously looking at me as a name for him. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'd happily to prove that wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm not has been. Do you know what I mean? I'm here and I'm still competing at a high level, but that would be the only fight at 147 that would really interest me to get down to 147. But I think like I say, it's a new fresh start for me, a new chapter, and I think 154 is ideal for me.
Yeah. So yeah, there's quite a few good names down at up at 154. So for instance, you know, if you wanted to go, obviously you'd get through the swing of things, but since you've sort of done the British route already, you'd want to get another shot at European. But then that would
100%.
so then that would be that Sergio Garcia guy, which funny enough is another Spanish dude, but he's more of a boxer, but you're taller than him, which would probably be more suited to you than a aggressive, you know, sort of slugger banger type guy.
Of course, definitely. Listen, I've been out the ring in December, be 2 years, so I wouldn't be coming back. I'm not that sort of loudmouth person shouting this and that name and whatever, but in boxing, everyone knows what I'm about and knows what level I've boxed at and knows where I've been and what I've done. So for me, even I wouldn't say no to coming back at domestic level, and like I could be 2-time British champion, 2-weight British champion. Do you know what I mean? And that gets my foot back in the door and work my way back up, and then moving on. My dream is obviously one day to become a world champion. But listen, if that don't happen, to win a European title, I think if I didn't win a European title, I would have underachieved.
Yeah, no, I think you could definitely win a European because the current, the Sergio Garcia, I think, you know, obviously you have a few domestics and getting back into the swing of things, but then you could definitely go in against someone like him. I think you could perform. I think you could do quite well against him, and then even for instance, world level, obviously you've got the Charlo, Jamel leading the pack, but then you've got that Brazilian guy. What's his name? Patrick Teixeira, or his name? You heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've not really seen him fight, but I've heard of the name.
Yeah, he's a WBO champion at the moment, and then obviously Lara, Erisandi Lara, the Cuban guy. Hello, this couldn't it? Yeah, Erisandi Lara. He's the IBO champ.
Laurie.
Yeah, but he's getting on a bit, so it'd be a good it might be a good time for someone to get him.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, for now, I'm just enjoying being back training, and like I say, I'll be coming back, and I'm just hopefully just get back, like with all this obviously COVID going on and everything.
Yeah, it's all a bit mad.
Just to have the opportunity to get back in there.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with. So once I get back, once I start, then I just all systems go really.
So how do you think you would deal with the no crowd situation? Because obviously, you wouldn't have done that in years.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because obviously as a pro I've not done it, but as an amateur I've been to loads of like multi-nation tournaments where there's been like literally no one there, and it's like 3 rings going. It's just literally the boxing going on.
Yeah.
But that's what pro boxing is all about, and it's about getting your tickets sold, everyone coming there, the crowd and the hype about it. But having that, me coming back after it would be 2 years out, might be a good thing. Do you know what I mean? No pressure, nothing, just go in and get the job done.
Yeah.
And crack on. So it might be a blessing in disguise for me, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that was true actually. So, yeah, so let's talk about some of the up and coming fights. This might be going out either tonight or tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get your prediction anyways. Are you watching the Devin Haney Gamboa fight tonight?
Yeah. Well, I probably I don't know. I might record it actually. I might not stay
Yeah,
up and watch it, but yeah, I think Devin Haney's he's getting a lot of stick really, saying he's the email champion and this, that, and the other. But the boy can fight. Do you know what I mean? He's it's not his fault really. Got the title by email. Do you know what I mean? But he can
yeah.
fight, and I'm sure he proved that. And I think he beat Gamboa and beat him well.
Mm. So, on to what about so Kell Brook? Obviously, he's a former former Ingle member. He's
Yeah.
fighting Terence Crawford um, very soon. So, how do you see that
Yeah.
one going for him?
Listen, it's a tough ask, and Terence Crawford is up there pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Um, Kel's been there, done it. He was obviously boxed at world level with, on many occasions, and he can mix it at that level. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't um, it wouldn't be a massive. Well, probably would, because no one's giving him a chance to go out there and win. But if he did win, then it wouldn't be a massive shock to me personally, because I rate Kel. I think he's a great fighter, and on his day, like he's shown, he can go out to America and become a champion and win like he done against Porter. Um, he's obviously not got Dom there, and he's not trained with Dom for this fight, but it is what it is, and he looks in great shape. He posted a picture so today or yesterday, and he looks in unreal shape. So he's obviously put in all the hard work he's had to do. So
Yeah,
listen, it's boxing, and it's all on the night, and hope he can pull it off. Really do.
yeah. So do I. Obviously, the Brits will be backing him. Yeah, he's looking very ripped.
Yeah,
Just hopefully it doesn't take too much out of him because we know 147 is a bit of a it is a bit
yeah,
of an ask for
definitely.
him. But yeah,
Yeah,
but we wish him all the best. So
of
yeah,
course.
um, thank you for your time, Brad.
No worries. A
Come to
long
the
time coming. We've been doing it. We've been meaning
yeah,
to do this for ages.
yeah. From early this year, from like, then I saw you did an interview on another channel, and I was like,
Ring
what?
wraps.
Yeah. So I thought,
Ring wraps.
yeah. So I
And
thought,
he told me as well.
yeah. I thought, hold on a minute, what happened to me
No,
from there? You know.
I I even said on that interview, I said, you know what, I need to do it, because he said about you, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Make sure you message her. Oh, yeah, coming from schoolboy days, we've known each other, so
Yeah, and
that's hard.
and you
Come
went
on,
to school
that's
with
hard.
my cousins.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jody,
yeah.
Charlene,
Jody, Craig,
Craig, and
yeah.
my brother
Come on.
Richard.
And your brother Richard was in. Yeah, he was in the year above me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's mad how
So we go back.
so how Craig's going to he's fighting Shakan Pitters next month.
Peters, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that fight got postponed, did it?
yeah, it
He
was
should
meant
have
to be
been
next
fighting it soon,
week.
innit?
Yeah, it was meant to be
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week, and Shakan pulled out. He said something about his nose and his ear. I think
Okay.
personally he's struggling with the weight. Why? Because it's winter time. Because he's still
Yeah.
training, but yeah, it'd be a good
Listen,
fight.
Craig's done really well. Craig's done really well, and I
Yeah,
hope he goes and wins that British title.
yeah. No, I believe he will. But yeah, there'll be
From
another one for
from Pen.
this thing. Hold on a minute. You there, Brad? Hold on. You there?
Sorry, cut off then. Go on,
Oh,
sorry, bro.
yeah. You're saying from Pension.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah. St John Rigby crew.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah. So do you still hang around and speak to James DeGale? Because I remember you used to you and him used to proper go Ibiza and ride on them
Yeah.
quads and all that from. I remember when he fell off his bike and he had all
we
this
was
he scraped off all his skin.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't man. We we don't speak every day, but yeah, we're still boys, but not how we used to be. Obviously,
Yeah,
like times change and
yeah,
people got
families
their
and
own
stuff.
lives and whatnot. But of course, yeah, but nah, we're still pals. We're still good pals.
Yeah, man, no, man, big up James, man. I remember the MySpace days. It was good.
The MySpace.
Yeah, man. But
Oh
yes,
god.
but yeah, yeah, we're coming to a close now. So, anything you'd like to give your supporters?
Nice one, bro.
Anything you'd like to say to
Yeah,
supporters?
just thank you. Yeah, just obviously thank you. It's been a long time since I've been in the ring, and I've always had good support and everything. And just thank you for everyone who hasn't give up on me and wrote me off. Do you know what I mean? There's 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 people out there thinks like after them couple losses that I'm done and and that wouldn't was retired and wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't gonna come back, but everyone who believed in me and showed me support, thank you, and I won't let you down. I'll be back soon.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
feeling good again, and then I can't wait to get back. Obviously, this whole COVID thing with the corona and whatnot, I'd love to come back and the crowds can come and see me fight, but it is what it is, and just bear with it and just wish everyone well and stay safe, keep healthy, and then I'll be back soon.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're here. We're behind you. So we're looking forward to the return
Thank you.
of Bradley Super
Hopefully,
Skeete.
this is the first of many interviews, bro. Hopefully, the first of many.
Yeah, this is my first Zoom interview, funny enough. So hopefully it comes out
And
well.
mine,
Yeah, yeah,
I ain't done this before.
yeah. So hopefully it comes out well. And thank you for your time. You're
No
the
worries.
first guest
No worries.
for Danny Glover on Fight Fan TV Live. And big up, champ. And looking forward to
Thank you,
seeing you
bro.
soon. All right, man.
Appreciate it, mate. Take care.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too, man. Bless up.
Cheers, bro.
Peace.
Bye, mate.